You've got it tuned to the Midday Show at listener-powered KEXP, 90.3 FM in Seattle, online round the world at kexp.org. I'm Cheryl Waters. It is my great pleasure to welcome live to the Midday Show here on KEXP, Zammuto. It's great to have you here.
Hey, Cheryl. Awesome
Finally.
to be here. Yes.
Been trying
so
for a long
happy to be
time.
here.
Well, let's hear what you got, and then we'll have a little chat.
Sure thing. Yeah, so there's a video component to what we do here, so I guess you'll see that eventually later on. So this song is all about zebra butts, and if you've never Googled zebra butt before, I highly recommend it. So the song is called Zebra Butt.
You're sitting there, acting like a horse's ass man. The 2 to the 3 to the 4 on the floor in the store, citing caveat, enter. You've got no guts to trust, rest my case, open shut. You the last one in line, like a zebra butt. 2 to the 6 to the 7 to the 8 to the 9, feeling great, feeling fine, take the bait. Night, and I'm a mason making dams up in your river basin, a cool sensation flooding your foundation. I like making lakes in the hole where you used to be. It makes me happy, strong like TVA. I let the water out a little at a time and let it turn my little turbine. Electric air conditioned summer, electric air conditioned summer. Listen to your fathers and your mothers. Some are better best than others. Listen to your sisters and your brothers and the others. They're ahead and you're behind, so don't deny it's high time to get in line like a zip butt. Now you're on my list of deadbeat recidivists, living at the back ass end of it. You should have listened to your mother.
That's Zammuto live on KEXP. If you would like to enjoy the video component that goes along with Zebra Butt, definitely come out to Barboza in Seattle tonight. That was highly entertaining.
Water your Christmas trees.
Proud, slow, still where you are, crawling through your piles, weak, lame, rude, and far where you are. Your edge, I've had enough. My bags are packed. I'm picking up. I would rather lose my house and home than have to smell your acetone, crawling through your piles, stuck, obtuse, cynical, afraid to stick your head above the wall you are, crawling through your piles. You have lost your edge, I've had enough. My bags are packed, I'm picking up. I would rather lose my house and home than have to smell your acetone.
It's Zammuto live on KEXP. It's so great to have you here. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, get rid of this reverb. Yeah, man, what a pleasure. It's an awesome day, isn't it?
It is, and
Yes.
I was so captivated by the video component of your session. I walked right over your Christmas tree PSA there. You're trying to save
Yeah.
people from themselves.
I know, yeah, well, people forget to water their Christmas trees. It's a big problem. So, yeah, dry Christmas tree will take out your living room in less than a minute.
And if you walk away with anything today, Zammuto playing tonight at Barboza here in Seattle. Been trying to get you in studio for a long time, Nick, and I've definitely enjoyed your long-time work with the books and have been completely captivated by the solo stuff. You've been working
Thank
for
you.
a while on your own music, but tell me a little bit about how you came to the full band here.
Sure, yeah, I mean, the books lasted for 10 years, and we had a great run. I mean, it felt like a great run. And And unfortunately, you know, as projects do, it ran its course. And one thing that I was never able to do with the books that I always wanted to do was to really make it into a band, like have every component be playable live, and especially working with a drummer. The book started to feel like kind of a glorified karaoke because we would play and sing along with these electronic rhythms. And so to have like a real live backbone was really essential to where I wanted to go. And so that was the genesis of this project.
Well, tell me about this band. I know you know at least one of the members for a while.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think, I guess in order of how long I've known them, my brother Mikey here plays the bass. He holds it down. And then Gene Back played with the books quite a bit during our last few runs. And he plays keyboards and guitars over here. And then he introduced me to Sean, who he gigged with quite a bit in New York City. And when I told him I was looking for a drummer, Gene said, "I think I know the guy." And you know, Sean plays with all different kinds of bands, and I think his true passion is polyrhythms. So that's what we've connected over. He just does stuff on a regular basis that I've never heard anybody do before. It's fun to watch.
Well, you all sound great together, and I think of you as a mad scientist. I know you have a science background, but I've heard that you live sort of not off the grid, but out in a very rural setting, and you have a studio at home, and it just seems like music is a real solitary experience. But when I hear you all playing together, it doesn't sound like that. Tell me, and also, funny, I know that you have journaled and blogged a lot about your songwriting process. So it really makes me curious how the songs come together and how these other members fit into making that sound.
Well, it's constantly evolving. You know, when the books ended, I was like, well, what do I do now? It's like, what the heck do I do? The first half of the record was really trying to figure out who is going to be in the band. And so I made essentially the first few songs, and then by then I really knew who the players were going to be. So it was one of those records where it started one way, and by the end it was something totally different. And now that we've played a lot of shows together, I think the next record will reflect that experience that we have together as a band. So it's just a constant evolution. And I think I studied chemistry in college, and my thesis advisor, we would butt heads often because she said, you got to publish, you can't just go off on these tangents all the time. You got to you can't just be a mad scientist. And I'm like, well, maybe I should move towards music instead because I can do what I want. So
you're the bad scientist of music now.
Well, I don't know. I'm not an angry scientist, just a mad one.
You, I mentioned your home life. I've read some stuff and seen some videos, and you seem to have a pretty idyllic little setting living out.
Yeah, except for the 6 months of winter. Yeah. My wife and I, when we started having children, just wanted more space, and so we were looking for a place to buy around the town where we lived in western Massachusetts, and not finding much for the price. We just wanted to grow our own food, basically. So my wife started looking further out from where we were thinking we were going to live, and she ended up finding these beautiful 16 acres up on top of this mountain in Vermont. And our mortgage payment there is like about half of what we were paying for like studio apartment rent in Brooklyn. And so it was kind of a no-brainer. Just like, okay. And there was just a crappy little shack on there to start with, and so we learned how to do construction and have been building it out as our family's grown.
Did you grow up in that kind of environment, or did you kind of have to learn to garden and do construction?
Well, my mom has a real green thumb, and luckily my wife is just a genius in the garden. I'm good for the grunt work, and I know how to bang nails. I grew up in the suburbs, so it's really had to teach myself all of this stuff. And we have, mostly for financial reasons, like a strict no contractor rule at home. So if we're going to do it, we have to know how to do it ourselves, and so that's our basic ethos.
Well, Zammuto is live in studio here at KEXP. Tonight they play at Barboza, and a self-titled album out earlier this year. Got time for more music?
Yeah, well, I think it's time for a commercial break, really. We're just a young band just starting out, and so, you can't make your money selling records. Everybody knows that. So we started looking for sponsorships. That's where the money is. So we were thinking, we try to live right. We try to live healthy. We wake up, we do the Insanity in the morning, the P90X, that kind of thing. So we're thinking anything health related might be a good fit for us, like energy drinks or, I don't know, milk or, cotton. We would do one of those. But so far, no takers. But luckily, we just got our first unofficial sponsorship from a self-massage device called The Stick. And it's like a toothbrush for your muscles. And so this song is about the stick.
Congratulations on choosing the stick. And you can use it by yourself whenever you feel the need. Rule 1 is, roll when you feel like it. Remember, you don't have to hurt yourself to get the job done. There's not a wrong way to use the stick. You can apply pressure on the inside and outside of the entire body. First, hunch your shoulders over like a cat, but feel free to lean against something so you won't fall. By holding the stick between your legs, move on to the buttocks and work them out. As you use your stick, you will discover ways to use it that work best for you. You will also begin to learn more about how your body works. Using the stick does not require a prescription or medical supervision, but this is normal and will go away. The stick. It feels so good.
That's a stick. You sort of have to see that.
Hi, I'm Cheryl.
So as sort of a segue, we like to write songs about universal themes, like love and loss and severe chronic back pain. So that's what this next song is about. It's called Yay. Oh, and Kevin, this is one where we're going to drop out the clean side of the vocals.
What is good posture?
Good posture is standing, sitting, and moving, keeping the spine's natural curves balanced and in alignment in whatever you do.
That was called Yay. Shall we do one more?
I'd love it.
All right. Let's see. This one is called The Greatest Autoharp Solo of All Time. And it's sort of a fittingly festive song for the occasion. It's sort of a patriotic song. This is a cover, essentially, of the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Now you add the middle finger.
And the truth goes marching on. It's Zammuto live on KEXP. Such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Tonight playing Barboza here in Seattle and a self-titled album out. I highly recommend. You're listening to KEXP Seattle. Support for